And welcome to another live with Dean. That is me from Spiritual Awakening, guys. Yes, we are going to be doing a little deep dive into the investigation we did at Sutton Veny. Yes, guys, we are talking about the crop circle that we visited just the other day, yesterday actually, and we tried to do a live stream at the crop circle. Sat in Paolo, and we didn't have any signal to the live stream properly, although we tried a couple of times, and I think we did actually live stream for about 20 minutes or so. So we're going to wait for it to get a few more people into this live first, and then we're going to speak with ChatGPT and see what ChatGPT thinks about this crop circle and what we found out about it. It's really interesting, you know. Crazy world. Hello, how is summer camp going, Theo? I know you're back. Welcome back, and thank you both of you for tapping the screen and liking. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really, really do. So, can you tell me a little bit about... Yeah. Oh, thank you for coming back. Can you tell me a little bit about crop circles and, you know, maybe the reasons why UFOs leave them there?
Absolutely. Crop circles are intricate patterns that appear mysteriously in fields, usually overnight.
Thank you, Damashila.
You're welcome, Dean. If you want to dive deeper into any aspect, just let me know.
Yeah, continue what you were saying, please.
Circles have been reported for decades, and while some are proven hoaxes made by humans with simple tools, others have unexplained characteristics. These genuine anomalies often include changes to the plants, like elongated nodes or exposure to unusual electromagnetic radiation. As for why UFOs might create them, there are many theories. Some believe they're a form of communication or a way to leave messages or symbols for humanity. Others think they might be created as a byproduct of some kind of advanced propulsion or energy technology. Ultimately, the mystery keeps people fascinated and searching for answers.
That really is pretty interesting what sort of information that ChatGPT comes out with about these crop circles. Now, guys, hello, Viri. Thank you for coming back. Damaged Healer, legends. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you that does tune into these lives every single time. You know, you're all legends, guys. So yeah, we are going to be using my ChatGPT here, and we're going to be breaking down the Sutton Veny crop circle, guys, with ChatGPT. So if any of you do have any questions that you'd like me to ask to ChatGPT, then we shall ask ChatGPT, guys. So good now, I've been waiting to hear about it. Guys, I've been dying to tell you all about it as well, see? So obviously, you know, we had a lot of difficulties, guys, actually doing a live stream at the crop circle because of the coverage on our 5G. I used to think they were leaving crop circles for fun, to say I could do this without anyone noticing. What else could we? Yeah, exactly, man. CP, hello as well. Damashila, you're right there. You are right there. CP, welcome to the live. You are with Dean from Spiritual Awakening. I am one of the paranormal investigators here, and on this channel we investigate everything from the paranormal to extraterrestrials, UFOs, anything that's mysterious and unknown is pretty cool, like. So anyway, I'm gonna get stuck into it, guys. So me and Luke from Spiritual Awakening, Luke, I'm pretty sure you've all met Luke. So we drove up to Sutton Veny from South Wales, where we're based here, and it took around about 2.5 hours or so to get there. We had a little bit of traffic on the way up. Took a couple of wrong directions as well, you know how it is. Some very been checking for the live over the past few days. Yeah. So when we got into the farmer's property, beach farm, I think it's Beach's farm, that's what it was. So we got into Beach's farm, drove on down, there was signs, little signs that had been printed off and laminated on a farmer's property, guiding us to the crop circle. So we drove down to where the crop circle was, and it took us to a little car park right opposite where the crop circle was, in a field of barley, guys. Yes. So when I first got there, flew the drone, got the drone up, flew it round, and as I was flying the drone up above the center of the crop circle, I could notice a couple of human errors in the shape, especially when it comes to the center of the crop circle, where we have the pattern, and this pattern in the center of the crop circle is actually a Celtic knot, right? And there is a TikTok account. There's this guy I follow who actually let me know where this address was, and his findings were completely different to mine. Also, my findings were completely different to Casper site. Any of you know about Casper site? Do you know who that is on YouTube, Casper site? So he said that this is a legitimate, landing, and I'm saying that it's not, based on the evidence that I have, and that me and ChatGPT are going to talk through in a minute to show all you guys that this was a fake crop circle, guys, and we have all the answers to those questions and how. Yes, essentially, greetings from the Netherlands, and have a wonderful and blessed day, mate. Thank you so much, Julian. Thank you so much. What a legend. Thank you. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. I hope you've double tapped the screen and subscribe. I really would enjoy you being around, Julian. And lovely comments like that. They go quite far with me. They really do. Thank you. So, yeah, double tap the screen, guys. Thank you, Crazy World. Damage here. I've seen a few different videos. Some people saying they have seen objects in their own videos in the sky. But, yeah, I've seen them, like a shadow going over in someone's video, which could have just been a plane. It could have been a number of things. I very much doubt it was probably a UFO. Thank you so much, Julian. I do appreciate you. Julian, if you don't know about this, we actually do charity work on these live streams where we accept the donations that you guys want to send in the form of, maybe a membership. You can do a super chat or a super like, and the money goes on our local food banks in our community. And I actually do live streams where I go to the food banks, find out a list of things they need on the live stream now, guys. This is, and I'm pretty sure there's a few people in here that know about this or watch the live stream as well, Very Damaged Healer. So I go to the food banks on the live stream, ask them what they need. I then go to the local superstore, fill up the trolley on the live, buy all the food on the live, show how much I spent on the live, and then take that food down to the food banks to then give to the people who need it at the food bank. So guys, all your donations really do matter and go a long way. They really do, guys. Will you upload videos? I mean, CP, I might do a little video, yeah. Only problem is, we've done more short content than, than vertical content. So, it was like more of the fact that I didn't want to do too much video because it was fake. And I just thought, I don't want to waste my time on it. Oh, what a lovely, wonderful, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Julian. I really appreciate you. Yeah, it's some, I used to be homeless, and now it's time for me to give back, and that's what we're doing. Who's just 1 month awakened spirit? Who just did that? Who's on level 1? I'm not too sure who got that then. Doesn't say. And that suggests seeing what it was. Okay, so we're going to talk to ChatGPT a little bit now, guys, right? About what's the difference between. So the audience on my YouTube live stream right now want to know a little bit more about how to better discern or understand the difference between fake crop circles and the real crop circles. So if you could just explain to the audience a little bit about, the difference between the two and, what to look out for examples, that would be great.
Of course. Hey, everyone. When you're trying to tell the difference between a real crop circle and a fake one, there are a few key things to look out for. Real crop circles often show signs of the plants being bent, not broken, and the nodes on the stems are elongated or swollen, which can indicate exposure to some kind of heat or radiation. The plants in genuine circles tend to be laid down in a way that looks woven or carefully arranged. In contrast, fake crop circles usually have broken stems and rough edges, where it's clear that planks or boards were used to push the plants down. Real circles also tend to have precise geometric patterns that can be quite complex, whereas fake ones might show irregularities or imperfections when viewed from above. So if you're out there investigating, keep an eye out for those details.
So those details that we picked up on our investigation, I noticed when I flew the drone over that the edges of the crop circle looked very rough. They also didn't look very symmetrical and looked a little bit out of shape. So then when I got into the crop circle and examined the actual barley stems and how they were being laid down, some of them were laid down in quite a fashion where they were almost woven sort of looking, but you know, nothing too special about that. But the high trafficked areas of the crop circle, I took into consideration that people may be walking on them. So I did my investigation towards the edges of the crop circle where the edges meet. So that better to understand when people aren't standing on that part of the floor. So then I noticed that when I was examining the base of all the stems, I noticed that all the stems have been broken at the bottom of the base, right? So the stem at the base here has been snapped, and about 4 or 5 inches up again, snapped again, and sometimes a third snap further up. Now this is evidence of someone coming along, and here's the stem, and with a plank and pushing it down, and then of course this stem is going to hit all the other stems by here. So if you think about it, the first plank is going to go to the base, push the plank of wood, it's going to push the stem over, and then you need to push further up again to get it to fold over again, and then so on and so forth. So guys, all the evidence is phenomenal. So what do you think, ChatGPT, about that?
That's a fantastic and detailed observation. You did a great job explaining how the snapped stems and rough edges point to a man-made origin. The way you analyze the high traffic areas versus the edges is really thorough. It's clear that paying attention to these physical clues can help differentiate between authentic and artificial crop circles. Great work on your investigation. Keep looking for those telltale signs, and you'll continue to uncover the truth behind these phenomena.
It is what we try to do. So, yes, let me just turn that up. Julian, I'm going to read that comment now, but I think there might be a few. Pretty good. Blaze, welcome back. Thank you so much. Pretty good. So, Julian, are you from England, mate? I am from Wales. Your accent sounds like you're from England. I'm going to London soon. I'm going to help some homeless people in London to have some brighter days. Oh, that's amazing. It'd be really, really cool if you could, maybe live stream that yourself. Or you thinking of doing something like that, Julian? Like maybe, obviously, like some people don't want to record those sorts of things. But like, it really does make a difference trying to get, your the movement or whatever it is that you're doing. Have you got a name for it, or is there more you want to share about that, Julian? I'd love to know some more. Oh, 99, thank you so much, Crazy World, do appreciate it. Dean, how much do you think people working over the crops affected the results, if any? So that is what I really took into consideration, guys, and I think that when I did my investigation, if I was to just concentrate on all the walkways where everyone's obviously walking, then I'm going to get, inconsistent results with it. So that's why I went to the edges of the crop circle where no one's walked on the barley, you see. And I also did check in the high walked areas as well to see if this damage was created, I reckon, when they're using planks to push down the barley. So it's I really did take that into consideration, knowing that the people were walking all over it. Maybe if we got there a lot earlier, it might have been a little bit different, with the whole walking on it situation. But the telltale signs that the barley stalks have been snapped, like ChatGPT said, that the real ones are actually, instead of them being snapped, they grow over like this. You see, and that is a telltale sign of radiation elongation. So when plants are around radiation, especially high levels of them, they actually rapidly grow. And we can actually see these effects in the plants themselves, because they will show us. Makes perfect sense. Dean, good way to go about it. Thank you so much, David. Britton, welcome. Hey, what's up? It's a pleasure to have you in here. I think I've seen you in here before, haven't I? So welcome back. Virian, thank you for saying it as well. Damage Healer, hello Britain. So yeah, guys, I mean, we were going to carry out a few different experiments there, only if it was real though, you see. So when I used ChatGPT to try and decode and understand the crop circle from above, I asked it, I put the photo into ChatGPT and I said, can you decode this pattern that it created? And it told me, you know, it was a Celtic knot in the center. It also told me that there was 2 rings around this Celtic knot, which actually represent something to do with the heart chakra, and that the Hertz frequency that this particular cymatic pattern that was created by, supposed to be, you know, an extraterrestrial. Welcome in, Mark, welcome in. So yeah, this crop circle that was supposed to have been created by extraterrestrials, I guess, you know, there was no radiation to be found whatsoever. I got a Geiger counter, so, you know, I was looking for radiation with a piece of equipment that can do that job, guys. And I don't think anyone else has actually taken a proper Geiger counter there to do that. Not only that, there are all the telltale signs of a fakery at that crop circle, guys. There really, really is. So yeah, Mark, man, that crop circle was fake. You know, we could see all the marks on the stems where they've used planks to snap the barley over with the planks as they're making those crop circles. So everything that I could see, I, you know, really did come up with the evidence that it was fake, you know. So, and that's the first one I've ever been to, guys. And even ChatGPT knows the difference between fake and real ones. Do you get me? And I knew that before I explained to ChatGPT when I got back home after the crop circle investigation, and told ChatGPT what I actually gathered on my evidence. And it was like, yeah, you're right. It's, you know, blah, blah, blah. It seems to be that this one's fake. It's the shame that it's fake, and yeah, it really is, you know. But it does give us a really good example, guys, of what is real and what is fake. So then we've got a good template to go off. So next time when we find another one, if we really do find a legitimate crop circle, guys, how fascinating that would be to see the difference between a fake one and a real one. You know, being able to do that, I think, would be way more credible than just, you know, because all these big YouTubers, guys, Casper Sight, there's been some big YouTubers that went to this crop circle already, and they are swearing blind that it's literally a real one, you know, and they know the evidence about the elongated stems and the swollen nodes because of radiation, but yet they still believe that that was the case when they went there. But I know a little bit about plants, guys, right? I know quite a lot about plants. I know quite a lot about plants, more than a lot of people. So when I looked at those barley stems, right, I could not see swollen nodes because of radiation or elongated stems. Now, the only elongation of the stems that I did witness, and that would be that once all these crops, the barley have been folded over, the barley that's underneath and that is not getting sunlight, right? The stems on those particular barley shoots stretch, and they stretch because they're trying to get back up out of the darkness into the sunlight. You see, so I have to take all that into consideration as well, you know. I'm sorry, guys, I haven't been reading these comments. Yeah, damage here. There's a lot of talk about the heart chakra, so that's an interesting that I'm curious. Was a farmer was the farmer yeah, the farmer was charging £10 a person, actually. So if you think about it, if he had let someone do that in their field, right, then he could make a lot more money off his field than he would have just off the barley on his own, because he's getting thousands of people turn up a day. Yeah. So yeah, really, I mean, if you had a field, you literally could let someone do that, or someone's come onto his land and done it without his permission, and whoever that may be is someone who's quite talented, because that is a pretty difficult thing to do, guys. It must be. But what we're thinking about doing is finding a barley field and trying to replicate how we think they've done it, to see if we can get all the hallmarks and the same effects on the stems, where we push them over with a plank and they snap at the base and snap a bit further up, and see if we can take you know, that into consideration, if we can get that to happen when we do it. But I still need to see if I'm actually happy that the team is honest about the findings. Yeah, that's what we do, man. Honestly, we really do. Thank you, Julian. Yeah, first time here. What's the benefits of spiritual awakening? Same has open third eye. So the benefits of a spiritual awakening. So a spiritual awakening is not changing who you are. It's simply discarding who you are not, you see. So I normally do a lot of that stuff, spiritual awakening stuff, in the mental health awareness live streams that I do. So I mean, Britain, if that's something that you'd be interested in, or the charity work that we do, we actually accept donations in the form of the memberships, super chats, and super likes. And all your donations, no matter how small or big, they all are really welcome, because what we do with these donations on our live streams, guys, right? So once we get enough money in the donation pot, and then on the live stream, we'll do a donation to the food banks. So on a live stream, I'll go to the food bank, find out what foods they need, and then on the live stream, we'll also then go to the shops, the little superstore, buy all that food in real time on the live stream. So fill up the trolley, push it up, pay for it all, take the live stream to the receipt so you can see exactly how much we spent, and then take all that food to the food bank so you guys can see exactly how transparent we are with your donations and how well it is doing with the food banks, and ultimately helping everyone out, guys. So it really, really is amazing work that we're doing, and you really can be a part of it. And if you want to, you can join the membership, and that is you will be a part of the Awakened Spirits. So Britain, I really would thank you. Yeah, right on. Thank you so much. I've seen Real UFO posted them a lot live alone in the middle of nowhere. And is Ezekiel coming back Friday? Yep, Joel Ezekiel is doing Hot Hole season episode 3 on Friday about 7 p.m. in the UK. I'm really looking forward to doing that. I'd be worried looking for aliens, as they may try to take me back. Mark, you're definitely out of this world. Anyway, you are 100%. Crazy Mark in the chat, guys. Joel, no way, I couldn't even record it. I'd be so scared. It must be freaking scary. Imagine seeing aliens, man. I pants myself. Luke, welcome to the live. Thank you, my amazing moderator. Porter, right on. Thank you so much. I love the live stream, seeing everyone you got with the donations. Amazing, isn't it? Someone gave us $80 the other day on a live stream because we were mentioning the food bank and that. So it's amazing seeing what you guys can do just by sending in a little bit of money. Well, it's not even a little bit, that was a lot of money, guys, but it all does add up, guys. It really, really does. So shall we ask ChatGPT any questions about UFOs and crop circles? If you do have any questions, guys, put them in the chat. I'll pin it and I'll ask the question to ChatGPT. So if you do have any questions about crop circles and UFOs, maybe how they're made, or why they're doing them, then put it in the chat below. I will pin it and I'll ask ChatGPT right now on this live stream, guys. Come on. Best questions, guys, we can ask. I really need a bloody haircut, I do. Look at me. Got boof on me. Alan going bald on the back, man. That's so annoying. Man's going bald. I keep seeing in the videos I'm ducking down there. I can see the little lake on top of my head. I'll have to get a hair transplant one day, guys. But first, there's a lot of charity work to be done before I can get a hair transplant, trust me. I'll be coming out my own pocket anyway, the hair transplant, guys. I love that. Thank you, Very. Ask about what are the ties with our owls and UFOs. Yes, that's a good one, Very. What element 115 leave radiation? Oh, they're all good, these. Right, we're just going to have to ask, because we're just going to have to ask them one at a time, guys, because they're really good questions. So one of the members of the audience is asking about, so when I ask about the ties to do with owls and UFOs, because apparently there's always seems to be an owl or owls around when UFOs are about, or extraterrestrials. Can you just clear that up for us, please?
Sure. The connection between owls and UFOs is a fascinating topic that's been noted by many experiencers and researchers. Some people report seeing owls right before or after a UFO sighting, or during an abduction experience. One theory is that the mind might use the image of an owl as a kind of screen memory to cope with the encounter, since owls have large, forward-facing eyes that can resemble the eyes of typical gray aliens. Another perspective is that owls are naturally nocturnal and more likely to be active at night when many UFO sightings occur, making them a common but coincidental presence. Still, some believe there could be a deeper symbolic connection between owls and the mysterious nature of these encounters, possibly representing wisdom, the unknown, or a bridge between dimensions. Ultimately, whether it's psychological, symbolic, or something else, the owl-UFO connection remains a curious and intriguing aspect of the phenomenon.
Really, really is interesting, that, isn't it? I hope that answers your question, Billy. Thank you for gifting the memberships. I really do appreciate it, Luke. Okay, so we're going to do Damage Healer's question now. So Damage Healer, I'm going to ask your question to ChatGPT now. Press this. So one of the members of the audience, and a membership actually, he's got a membership, Damage Healer his name is, he has asked, does element 115 leave radiation?
Great question. Element 115, also known as moscovium, has often been mentioned in UFO lore, particularly in connection with Bob Lazar's claims about alien spacecraft propulsion. According to Lazar, this element was used to generate gravity waves for advanced propulsion systems. However, from a scientific standpoint, moscovium is a highly unstable synthetic element with a very short half-life, meaning it decays rapidly and does emit radiation as it breaks down. In practice, the tiny amounts of moscovium that have been synthesized on Earth do indeed produce radiation due to their radioactive decay. But whether this element is used by extraterrestrials or leaves a specific radiation signature in the context of UFOs is still purely speculative. There's no concrete evidence yet to support these claims, but it's definitely a fascinating area of speculation and research.
It's a great one there. We got another question from Haunted Truth. Is God a divine being made up, or possibly an alien or a higher dimensional alien?
That's a profound question. The nature of God or a divine being is a deeply philosophical and spiritual topic that has been interpreted in countless ways across different cultures and belief systems. Some people view God as a divine, omnipotent being beyond human comprehension. Others consider the possibility that what we think of as divine could be advanced extraterrestrial or higher dimensional beings, whose technology and existence are so advanced that they appear godlike to us. In some theories, these higher dimensional beings could exist outside our normal perception of reality, making them seem divine or otherworldly. Ultimately, whether one sees God as a divine entity, a metaphor, or an advanced being depends on personal beliefs, experiences, and philosophical perspectives. It's a question that has inspired countless discussions and explorations throughout history.
Really, really is interesting, that is, isn't it? Wow. Oh, really, really good questions, guys. Really, really are. Oh, like, gotta take my hat off to you guys, man. Backblazed, if you got any questions about crop circles, maybe about the Sutton veny crop circle, maybe, that we could ask ChatGPT, guys. So if you are just joining, guys, and you are doom scrolling and you've just come across this, we are, we are talking about crop circles, in particular the one that was just created that we investigated yesterday at Sutton veny in England, guys. So that is what we're talking about here, crop circles, and maybe a little bit about how they were made. Thank you so much, Joel. I appreciate that. I'm glad that we're friends. I appreciate that, I really do. So guys, do you have any more questions for ChatGPT about the topic, guys? Or, you know, anything unknown mystery-wise? I really like that sort of stuff, so we can just do that as well. And if you haven't, guys, please double tap the screen to like the live and subscribe. It is free, guys. It really is. Come on, we got questions. We got questions. There's 10 of you in this live, guys. Come on, there's going to be some questions here. There's got to be some questions. Have a good think, innit? It's possible that alien race is already living among us. Let's ask that one. I think so. So, So Joel has asked on our YouTube live stream, is possible that alien race is already living among us? Can you just elaborate on that, please?
Of course. The idea that an alien race might already be living among us is a popular topic in both science fiction and some fringe theories. Some people speculate that extraterrestrials could be living covertly on Earth, either by disguising themselves or integrating into human society. The reasoning behind this idea ranges from them studying human behavior, helping guide our development, or even being refugees from a distant world. While there's no concrete evidence to support these claims, it's a concept that fuels a lot of curiosity and imaginative thinking. Some people point to historical accounts, unexplained phenomena, or unusual individuals as potential evidence. Ultimately, the idea remains speculative and part of the broader conversation about the possibilities of extraterrestrial life and their potential interactions with humanity. It's a fun and intriguing notion to think about.
So Viri has just asked, are aliens fallen angels? I think that's a really, really good question, Viri. Let's find out. Don't be scared.
That's a thought-provoking question, and it's one that bridges the gap between theology and ufology. The idea that aliens could be fallen angels comes from certain interpretations of religious texts and the blending of spiritual beliefs with extraterrestrial theories. Some believe that what ancient cultures described as angels or other supernatural beings might actually have been extraterrestrial visitors.
Wow.
In this view, fallen angels, often seen as beings who rebelled against a higher power, could be interpreted as advanced extraterrestrial beings with their own agendas. Others see them as entirely separate concepts, with aliens being physical entities from other planets and fallen angels being spiritual or mythological entities. While there's no definitive answer, it's an interesting lens through which to explore the intersection of spirituality, mythology, and the possibility of extraterrestrial life. It definitely sparks some deep thinking and conversation.
There we go, damaged healer. It's a little bit broken up, look at that. I need a new one. I've had this for about 2 years now. But there it is.
Got it. It sounds like you're set.
I'm pretty sure you know what that is, damaged healer, because you did get that right. Book of Enoch, that's a good one. Should we ask ChatGPT a little bit about a little bit about the Book of Enoch, should we? So we would love to know a little bit about the Book of Enoch and how it compares to the, King James Bible and the differences between them and anything that's controversial between the two. And the reason we would love to know a little bit about why the Book of Enoch isn't actually really talked about much as well, ChatGPT. Yeah. I think I broke it. It's not talking back. I think I broke ChatGPT. So we would love to know a little bit more about the Book of Enoch. No, I think it's broken, guys. Let me just reset this. Bear with me, guys. ChatGPT broke. You there?
I'm here.
Okay.
What's up?
So we would love to know a little bit about the Book of Enoch and, how it compares to the King James Bible and, why it's such a controversial book, when it comes to religion. And that, a lot of people don't talk about the Book of Enoch. So we'd love to know a little bit about it and how it compares, like I said, to the King James Bible. So let us know, please.
Sure, the Book of Enoch is an ancient Jewish text traditionally ascribed to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah. It's considered part of the pseudepigrapha and is not included in the canonical Hebrew Bible. However, it is regarded as scripture by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church and some other groups. The Book of Enoch contains a range of material, including visions of heaven and hell, angelic beings, and prophecies about the coming judgment. One of its most notable sections is the story of the Watchers, a group of angels who fell from heaven, mated with human women, and produced the Nephilim. This narrative elaborates on themes that are only briefly mentioned in the canonical Bible. Compared to the King James Bible, the Book of Enoch offers more detailed accounts of angelology and cosmology. Its content was considered too mystical or controversial by many early religious leaders, which is why it was excluded from the mainstream biblical canon. Its controversial status comes from its vivid depictions of supernatural events and beings, which some find to be at odds with more orthodox teachings. Despite this, it remains a significant work for understanding ancient Jewish thought and the development of religious ideas about angels and the supernatural.
Shana, hello, welcome, greetings. Thank you for being in the live. So guys, we just catch up. You're awesome. Yeah. So Mark saying, what information could have been lost in libraries of Alexandria? Could it be lost information about aliens or lost civilization? Can you answer that?
Absolutely. The Library of Alexandria was one of the greatest centers of knowledge in the ancient world. It housed countless scrolls and texts on a wide range of subjects, from science and mathematics to history, philosophy, and possibly even records of ancient civilizations. When the library was destroyed through a series of events over several centuries, an enormous amount of knowledge was lost forever. Many people speculate about what might have been lost, including potentially advanced knowledge of ancient civilizations or even information about extraterrestrial encounters. While we can't know for sure, the loss of those texts has fueled countless theories and stories about what ancient knowledge might have been preserved there. Some theories suggest the library might have contained records of lost civilizations like Atlantis or even encounters with beings from other worlds. The mystery of what was lost in the Library of Alexandria continues to inspire both historians and enthusiasts of the unknown.
Wow, really, really interesting question that, and I hope you enjoyed that answer, Mark. Really, really interesting that. Thank you. Dean, did your name Ezekiel after Ezekiel in the Bible? Do you know what? Ezekiel in the Bible, I don't know who that is, but no, I the name just came. It was like, I don't know, Ezekiel. Ezekiel's an angel, though, isn't it? If I am right, though, maybe. You know, it's crazy how the name just popped into my head, but it did. It just felt like it was right. Great answer. Thank you. That is a great answer, though. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, and I mean, Mark from Haunted Truth, guys, he really, really is a really good paranormal investigator. And, you know, if you want to go and check out his channel, guys, I would recommend it. You will not be disappointed whatsoever. You know, he's got tons of videos, tons of evidence of the paranormal, and you know, all the bits in between as well. So really, really amazing, guys. If you can go and check out his content as well, drop him a comment, just let him know. If you have gone and watched his videos or his lives, then just let him know where you've come from, guys. Show some support, show some love. And me and Mark will probably be doing a collaboration on Sunday, possibly. We might be going to meet up somewhere to do a bit of a paranormal investigation at an outdoor location. Hopefully we'll be able to get some signal this time. All right, Mark. He was a prophet. Yeah, okay. Oh, right, okay. So he's one of the prophets. I didn't know that. One of Jesus's prophets, I'm guessing. Maybe. And I believe the balls of light could be been the angel with 6 wings who covered all features of itself. Wow. Yeah, maybe it could have been. Maybe. Right, and guys. So let's ask ChatGPT about something actually. So I came up with a name for this alien character that's on our YouTube channel. His name's Ezekiel. Now, isn't there such thing as an Ezekiel wheel, which is supposed to be a representation of an angel? Can you just elaborate on that, please?
That's a cool name choice. Yes, the Ezekiel's wheel refers to a vision described in the book of Ezekiel in the Bible. The prophet Ezekiel saw a vision of a chariot-like structure composed of wheels within wheels that could move in any direction without turning. These wheels were associated with heavenly beings and are often interpreted as a complex divine mechanism or even a representation of angelic or otherworldly technology. Some modern theorists and ancient astronaut enthusiasts have speculated that Ezekiel's vision might describe an encounter with advanced technology or extraterrestrial beings. The imagery of the wheels has inspired a lot of interpretations, from metaphors of divine omnipresence to the possibility of ancient UFO sightings. So naming your alien character Ezekiel definitely ties in with that rich tapestry of mystical and extraterrestrial lore.
Wow. There we go. Viri, I'm guessing you've got to do something, but thank you so much. Yeah, guys, I mean, there's so many things that on this channel that have like, it's crazy. Like that time that me and Mark were, sorry, picking up my ear like that. Me and Mark did a collaboration at a place called Boys Village. And Mark and Chris did the Estes method with our group. So the Estes method is a paranormal technique which is gaining popularity, where we use sensory deprivation. So someone will be in a sensory deprivation where they use, well, we've got two pairs of noise cancelling headphones. So we normally use two of them, and blindfolds. So that person who then is wearing the blindfold and the headphones doesn't have a clue what's being said around them, or even be able to see anything. So then that headphone will be plugged into a spirit box, which is a modified radio, known as the spirit box, which can jump through radio channels. So as it's traveling through the channels, you hear all sorts of noises going, and you'll get syllables and noises and words come through as you would expect. So then the person who is in sensory deprivation has no idea about the investigation that's being carried out, so they won't hear the noises, that the words that are being said, or the questions and answers then come from the person in the deprivation. So doing those methods actually really, really, funny enough, is like whenever we do them, we don't even have to like edit the frigging footage at all, because it's like we get responses all the time. Although, could that be coincidence? This is what we do, what we do, guys, because we want to try and find out the truth. But like Mark, you literally heard someone call your name through the Estes method a few times. So like that, crazy that is. Could give that a test on Sunday as well with the SB11 dual sweeping. Yeah, maybe we could definitely do that. I don't even know where my Estes method is right now. I've freaking lost it somewhere. It's in the house. But yeah, guys, I mean, we're still trying to, spirit boxes are interesting. They really, really are. And one of the reasons why I really like the spirit box is because it uses radio waves, guys, and I am really into radio waves. Some of the inspirations about radio waves come from Nikola Tesla and Marconi. Marconi was the scientist who was the first person to create radio waves for long distance communication at Lavernock Point in Wales, where we live, just around the corner. He was doing his experiments, Marconi was, and there's actually a caravan camp, there's a caravan site there now called the Marconi site. So we did a paranormal investigation in the building where he sent the first signal across the transatlantic. It was a message that read, "Are you ready?" Now, that communication back then was, groundbreaking, really, really was. So knowing and understanding radio waves and how far they can travel, and understanding how they're transmitted and received, and different types of radio waves. You can even get different types of waves. See, scalar waves, microwaves, which is funny because 5G is literally microwaves, same shit. So it's crazy, like all these Wi-Fi things around us as well. So amazing questions, sound like ancient aliens for a second there. Yeah, it really did, didn't it? give that a test on. Yeah, definitely we will. Damage history. Yeah, I've caught up there, haven't I? I really have. So guys, it's been almost 3/4 of an hour. You know, I didn't expect many people to pop into this one, apart from all my regulars who are always here. I do appreciate you all coming in when you do. I really do, guys. Bunch of legends, you really are. So yeah, we are wrapping up a little bit now with this. So I'm gonna maybe ask a few more questions based on the crop circle. So we investigated this crop circle in Sutton, Veny, and this crop circle is a Celtic knot in the center with a ring around it and then a second ring. And when I spoke to ChatGPT yesterday, it was talking about this particular pattern looks like a 432 hertz pattern, and it means that it's come from the heart chakra, and it's quite different to the frequencies that we use today on a 440 hertz and not a 432. So could you just elaborate a little bit on that, please?
Absolutely. The 432 hertz frequency is often considered special or more natural compared to the standard 440 hertz tuning used in modern music.
Linda, hello.
Hey there, I'm here.
I just spoke then, didn't I? I shouldn't have. I can't remember my question now. Well, ask Joel's question anyway. So Joel is asking in the audience if Earth is a galactic zoo.
That's a fascinating question and a popular concept in some scientific and philosophical circles. The zoo hypothesis suggests that Earth and its inhabitants might be observed by advanced extraterrestrial civilizations, much like animals in a zoo, but without direct contact. According to this hypothesis, advanced alien civilizations might deliberately avoid interfering with us to allow for natural evolution and cultural development, or to study us from a distance. While it's a speculative idea, it does offer an interesting perspective on why we might not have definitive evidence of extraterrestrial contact yet. It also ties into the broader question of how humanity fits into the larger cosmos and what role, if any, we might play in a potential galactic community.
Wow. Melinda, yes, I have had first-hand experience at seeing a couple of UFOs actually. I've seen things that I can't explain. Now, the last time that I seen a UFO was with one of the group members, Drew. We were in the night time looking up in the sky to, we were tracking the International Space Station, which is orbiting planet Earth. So we were waiting for it to come over. I'm pretty sure quite a lot of you know about the International Space Station. I do apologize for burping. So we're waiting for it to fly over in the dark, so you can see an orange light usually in the dark, so you know it's the space station, because in the night time it lights up orange because the solar panels are reflecting the sun, you see, so the sun's orangey, so it looks orange in the sky. Anyway, so as it came over in the sky, say, let's get something so I can give you a demonstration, guys, a little bit better. So this is the International Space Station flying for the sky, guys, right? So we're waiting for it to come over, and all of a sudden we can see it coming over, right? But imagine we were looking at it straight on like this. So I'll give you an exact example of how it came in. So we've seen it coming over like this, right? And as I've seen it coming, I've seen another light traveling around it like this. There it was going. And now the International Space Station, guys, right, it's orbiting planet Earth, and it's doing 17,000 miles an hour around Earth, right? So it's traveling at 17,000 miles an hour, guys. That's fast, right? So here's the International Space Station traveling in, and then there's this small light, right, that is traveling around it like this, okay? And then as we noticed it, it went round once and stopped, met it by here, and then shot off like this. And then the International Space Station continued to go on. And we were just like, what on earth was that? Because, say, this was the object that was going around the space station, right? This object that was spinning around the space station in a clockwise fashion like this, if it was a rocket, okay, and had propulsion, it would have had a flame coming out the back. You would have seen something. Psh. Not only that, this particular UFO that was flying around the International Space Station was traveling the same speed and spinning around it, right, around the International Space Station. But when it darted out the way, it shot off at a speed probably something along the lines of 20, 30,000 miles or miles an hour. I'm not even joking, guys. If the International Space Station is doing 17,000 miles an hour and something that was traveling around it shot off at a light speed, God, it was incredible to see, and I was gobsmacked. I really, really was. Ask see what it thinks caused it. Caused what, Mark? I'm not too sure. I think I've missed quite a bit here. But yeah, that is my experience, Belinda, and your experience sounds really awesome too, man. It happened here also. My daughter saw it. She was freaking out. Wow, Shana, wow. Tattoos are wicked, bro. Thank you, Damage Healer. Appreciate that. Hopefully we're getting some more soon. Backblaze, you think you would think the space station has seen tons of flying crafts. I haven't heard anything of. Yeah, I mean, you know, I've seen videos that have been filmed out of the space station, and whether they're real or not, I'm not too sure. Yeah, they wouldn't tell us though. NASA is a Central Intelligence Agency, guys. So every big corporation goes through them, apparently. You know, apparently so anyway. The weird light. Ask ChatGPT and say it was watching the international. Okay, I will. Station has seen a light going around it and shoot off. I will now, yeah. So I was watching the International Space Station come over when it was orbiting planet Earth in the nighttime with one of the members of our channel. And when the International Space Station became visible, we noticed we'll call it, for example, a UFO, because there's an unidentified flying object. That was a bright star spinning around the International Space Station at quite a lot of speed. Obviously, the International Space Station is traveling, I think, was 17,000 miles an hour. If you can let me know that speed's correct, ChatGPT, I'd really appreciate that. So this light that was spinning around the International Space Station met up with it, caught up with it at the front, and then shot off on like a 65-degree angle or so from it at the front, which then, you know, was amazing because I didn't see any thrusters, I didn't see any boosters, I didn't see any signs of propulsion from this light. It just literally shot off, and it's crazy that it was keeping up with it as well. So can you just elaborate on that for us, ChatGPT?
Wow, that's quite an intriguing observation. The International Space Station does indeed travel at around 17,500 miles per hour, about 28,000 kilometers per hour, as it orbits Earth. Seeing something keep up with and maneuver around the ISS at those speeds is definitely remarkable and would naturally raise questions. If there were no visible thrusters, boosters, or traditional signs of propulsion, it could suggest an advanced propulsion system or even some kind of optical illusion or natural phenomenon. Some explanations could include satellites, space debris, or even reflections from other objects in orbit. However, if it truly was a UFO, meaning an unidentified flying object, it adds to the intrigue of what could be operating in near-Earth orbit. Such sightings often spark speculation about advanced technology, whether human-made or otherwise, and fuel the ongoing curiosity about what might be out there. It's definitely an exciting experience to witness something like that.
It really was. It was groundbreaking. I mean, you could really see that the UFO that was going around the International Space Station had the ability to be able to do what it wanted up there, which was quite scary. Imagine if it, you know, could do whatever it wanted. It could fly anywhere, go anywhere. So it's really interesting that these extraterrestrials, whether it was just a machine or not, you know, maybe, you know, there's something to correlate with the Dark Knight satellite, guys, because if you don't know anything about the Dark Knight satellite, it is an object that has been orbiting planet Earth for some 3,000 years or so. So, you know, I mean, it's a conspiracy theory, you know, it's based on all that stuff. But NASA did do a manned mission to try and find out what it was, because apparently Nikola Tesla was also making communication with the Dark Knight satellite. So guys, ChatGPT is going to tell us a little bit about that now, aren't you?
satellite is a popular conspiracy theory that claims there's a mysterious object orbiting Earth, supposedly of extraterrestrial origin and possibly thousands of years old. The story gained traction over the years and has been linked to various sightings and interpretations. Some people believe it's an ancient alien satellite that's been monitoring Earth, while others think it's a piece of space debris or a thermal blanket from a satellite mission. The story of Nikola Tesla detecting signals from the Black Knight adds to the mystery, though there's no concrete evidence to support these claims. NASA has identified the object often associated with the Black Knight as a thermal blanket lost during a mission. However, the legend persists, capturing the imagination of those intrigued by the possibility of ancient alien technology orbiting our planet. It's one of those enduring mysteries that blends science, speculation, and a bit of fun conspiracy lore.
Wow, that is really interesting. Dilbert, what an amazing... I love that, that's so cool. A Bible camp. I know, that's so random, man. Right, 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to go to the toilet a second. I'm going to pee myself. I'll be back right now, guys. Don't go nowhere.
No problem. Take your time. We'll be right here when you get back.
Oh, felt so good, that did. Really needed that wee. Oh, no, I know what you mean. Ask about Dutch Van Deerling. Who is Dutch Van der Linde?
Dutch van der Linde is a fictional character from the Red Dead video game series developed by Rockstar Games. He's the charismatic and complex leader of the Van der Linde Gang, a group of outlaws trying to survive in the rapidly changing world of the late 19th century. Dutch is known for his persuasive speeches, grand ideals, and a vision of freedom that often puts him at odds with the encroaching modern world. Throughout the games, particularly Red Dead Redemption 2, players see his transformation from an idealistic leader to someone struggling with paranoia and the loss of his vision. Dutch's character is central to the narrative and themes of loyalty.
Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can ask a question on the topic, guys, yeah? Well done, though, Silent Clown. I do appreciate that. I'll tell you what, then. So here's a good one. Here's a good one. So GTA 6 will be coming out next year, I think it is, guys. It is, yeah. So will there be more alien stuff in... connection failed, guys. ChatGPT dead. Ask what it thinks. Oh, Moa. Oh, that is a good one. Let's see if we can ask that. That's a really good one, because a Moa is really crazy. So, one of the audience members has asked about...
I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble responding right now.
We broke it.
Please wait a bit and...
We broke it, guys. I do apologize. So, I think that is a good freaking question as well, guys. I really want to ask it. We'll try once more now. It's freaking out, it is. Let me reset the whole thing, guys. Because that is a freaking good question. There's a few good questions up there as well, guys. What do I get if I can't get this to work? It doesn't look like it's going to work. So, I would love to know more about the asteroid Oumuamua.
Of course. Oumuamua is a fascinating object that was discovered in October 2017. It's the first known interstellar object to pass through our solar system, meaning it originated from outside our solar system. Its name, Oumuamua, is Hawaiian and roughly translates to scout or messenger from afar arriving first. Oumuamua has several unusual characteristics. It's elongated, with a shape resembling a cigar or a pancake, and it doesn't behave like typical comets or asteroids. For instance, it exhibited a slight acceleration that couldn't be easily explained by gravitational forces alone. This led to various theories about its nature, including the possibility that it could be a comet with unusual outgassing or even an alien probe, though the latter is speculative. Scientists are still studying Oumuamua to understand its origins and properties, but its discovery has opened up new questions about the kinds of objects that travel through our cosmic neighborhood.
Yeah, what makes Oumuamua very special is the fact that it passed through the top of our galaxy and right through under, and then changed its course, then shot off really quickly. And the fact that it actually changed its course and shot off really quickly without leaving any evidence of any propulsion whatsoever makes this even more credible that it was intelligent, guys. It really does.
Exactly. The anomalous acceleration and trajectory of Oumuamua definitely sparked a lot of intrigue. The fact that it deviated from the path expected by gravity alone, without visible outgassing or a typical propulsion signature, led some researchers to consider unconventional explanations. While many scientists lean towards natural explanations, such as a type of cometary activity we haven't observed before, the unusual behavior of Oumuamua has led to speculation that it might be something more.
Yeah, we want to ask Shana, I should say. Oh, I don't want to record that. Can I ask you a question, Shana? So, is it true that you can tell me about my soul contract?
The concept of a soul contract is often discussed in spiritual and metaphysical circles. It generally refers to the idea that before you are born, your soul agrees to certain experiences, lessons, and relationships that will help you grow and evolve spiritually. While it's a compelling and comforting belief for many, it's also deeply personal and subjective. I can't tell you the specifics of your personal soul contract, as that would be something you might explore through your own spiritual practices, meditation, or introspection. It's a personal journey, and different belief systems have various ways of understanding it. If you're interested in the idea of soul contracts, exploring spiritual literature or talking to a spiritual guide might offer you more personalized insights.
Wow, that's amazing. So, also, Mark from Hunt the Truth has asked, who is Valiant, Thor, and the links to aliens?
Sure, Valiant Thor is a figure from UFO lore and conspiracy theories. According to the story, Valiant Thor was an extraterrestrial being who came to Earth in the 1950s. He was said to have landed in Virginia and then met with high-ranking U.S. officials, including President Eisenhower. The claims say he offered to help humanity with advanced technology and spiritual guidance. Valiant Thor is often linked to the idea of benevolent aliens who want to assist humanity in overcoming its challenges like war and environmental issues. While there's no concrete evidence to support these claims, the story of Valiant Thor has become a staple in UFO folklore and continues to intrigue those interested in extraterrestrial encounters. It's one of those fascinating tales that blurs the line between legend and speculation.
Wow. There we have it, guys. There we have it. So, pictures of him as well. Wow, I'll have to check that out, Mark. I'll have to check that out. So, guys, it is the end of this live stream now, sadly. But tomorrow I will be back. Hopefully, I'll be doing 2 live streams or so tomorrow. I have got to take my partner and my youngest to the airport in Bristol tomorrow. They're going away. I'm staying here. My favorite question so far. Wow, yeah, amazing. Quick one more quick one actually. So someone's just asked us, Backblazed, are there different types of UFO shapes the same or different species?
That's a great question. The variety of reported UFO shapes, like saucers, triangles, cigars, orbs, and even more unusual forms, have led some people to speculate that different shapes
you,
could
Shana.
correspond. While there's no definitive proof, this idea suggests that different extraterrestrial civilizations, or even different purposes, like reconnaissance, transport, or scientific study, might use different designs. Some researchers believe that the shape of a UFO could indicate the technology or the environment it comes from. For example, saucer shapes are often associated with classic sightings, while triangular craft are sometimes linked to more modern encounters or even advanced human technology. In any case, the diversity in reported shapes